Truth is not determined by a majority vote. Hey, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? It was a little bit of red, right? I'm not stressing it, though. It was a little less than the standard 5% day trading. If we're looking at the wedge that can be drawn with some technical analysis, we got till the end of the month, so there's a couple more weeks, beginning of November, till we need a breakout. We'll probably test the top like we are now, and that means we'll test the bottom of it. We'll see it bounce back and forth maybe a couple times. So as we slowly slink backwards through the bloody streets, getting closer to the bottom of this, support line, I guess you'd call it. We may have some freakouts. We may have some people worried and saying that we're going a lot lower. I think I still keep hearing people calling out for $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 Bitcoin. I think I even heard something crazy like a $15 Bitcoin the other day. But I'm not stressing any of that at all. Once again, I always believe that cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, is going to be the future because it empowers people, and empowering people like this, it's not nothing, right? It's going to be the facet for the future to be able to deliver a more equal, not only America, but world, right? But you know what else we got out here today that's making the world all that much better? We got Samantha.
Good morning, everyone.
So how are you today, Samantha?
I'm okay.
Are you feeling like you're out here making the world a better place?
I'm feeling optimistic.
Really? Optimism today. That is great, especially coming out of you.
Yeah, I don't know. The man's always beating you down with bills and everything else under the free world. But I'm trying to be optimistic. I got to go to work. You got to go to work,
It happens. It really does.
You can't be hating everybody all the time.
You can. You called emo that.
Yeah, right.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this coin market cap. Let's see what kind of red we're looking at. Let's see what these technical analysis things may tell us. Let's see what our coin market cap is with how many possible coins we could have out there.
Let's see if we've hit 2,100.
Yeah, 2,100. Are we there? Oh, you're still pulling it up. I'm a moment early. And oh yeah, we're way over.
Yes, because I didn't even refresh. Oh, but at least it didn't go up another one.
2,105 coins.
Boo. We are gonna hit 3,000.
It looks like BTC dominance is slipping back only 0.1%, so that's really not all that bad considering the market's barely sliding backwards. Like I said, 5% is usually what I consider standard day trading, so anything more or less than that is just, the volatility that happens with cryptocurrency. It's one of the reasons everybody wants in this space, right? Still holding on to that $200 billion support line, coming in at 207, so not bad at all. We got Bitcoin, $6,460. It's down only one, two, three. So not bad there at all. Ethereum on the other side, $200. That's awesome, right? We definitely don't want to see that dropping below $200 again. That's down only 1.68%. We got X Rapids slinking backwards just a little bit more, coming in at $45 or $45.2 cents, down 2.77%. We got Bitcoin Cash coming in at $435. That's down 2.77. We got EOS still holding on to $5, coming in at $5.33. That's down only 1.4. So not bad. And Litecoin, there we go, coming backwards a little less than everybody else. Still $52.68. I've been hearing the divide on Litecoin has been getting greater. A lot of people are saying that Litecoin is very undervalued. Great to be picking it up right now. And then other people saying that altcoin, being one of the second generation altcoins out there, that it has, coming towards the end of its days. The newer altcoins are far superior to what Litecoin is, and Bitcoin being the true OG that it is doesn't really need Litecoin as a test net now that we're looking at second tier solutions. Whether or not these things are true, you got to dig deep into yourself so that you can personally predict what you think the future is going to be when you make these kinds of investments. Tether getting closer back to that dollar, coming in at 98 cents, 98.1 cents. We got Cardano at 7.4 cents. That's down 2.8%. All right. Let's see what else we got going on down here. We got to get down to Steam. All right, 80 cents, coming back almost 3%. I mean, got to think of it in the positive light. Like you're saying, Samantha, you got to be optimistic. That just means it's a great opportunity for me to go out there and pick up more esteem. You know, you got to appreciate the blood in the market, because when there's no blood in the market, how are you getting the altcoins on the cheap? It can't be pump after pump after pump. That's not realistic. So, I mean, to get what everyone else doesn't have, you have to move against the trend. When the trend is saying to sell, you buy. You know, not that I'm giving financial advice to anybody, but you have to think differently than everyone else, and you have to, you know, keep it all in perspective. And like I'm always saying, you know, you have to have a good cryptocurrency education if you think you're going to go out here and make any real money and not get duped. But always keep your eyes on the horizon, because this space is constantly changing. All right, let's look at the Steam Bag Dollar, so we can get some sort of a metrics over here. Hey, slicking backwards, 99.9 cents. Barely under the dollar, down 1.6%, telling us, you know, as the price of these altcoins slide backwards, you could see a possible buying opportunity here, because altcoins are undervalued at the moment.
Your Steam Bag Dollarness.
All right, let's go ahead and stop the screen share. Let's pull this out so we can see what we're doing, and let's get up the chat, see what we got going on over here. TGIF, right, people?
Paul Rulo says, good morning. Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like it's one of those Friday. I guess, you know, the summer of work has definitely started to wind down. It's feeling a little fallish out here. I know that you people up north are feeling
Whoa, we're stuck.
Or what do you mean? The image?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, technical difficulties. There we go. I don't know what happened, Samantha. I told you it was acting funny earlier. I'll have to check it out. The computer's been acting wonky. I don't know. I hope we don't have viruses. Is it still working now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So where was I? You gotta love a live show, right? Your face is looking very distraught over there.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to pop out the chat and keep it go. You're fine.
Okay.
my own technical difficulties, not.
All right. So what do we got going on? Well, we got a little bit of news all over the place. Nothing major. I came across a different article that talks a little bit more about politics and how it could impact some of our cryptocurrency space. I just thought I'd talk about that, get something different going on. But like I said, it's been a long week. I'm glad it's finally winding down. You know, as always, we're looking at somebody to come out here and join us for this weekend show, or maybe next weekend if that's more your schedule. You know, just hit me up. Let me know what's going on. I got email. I got Twitter. I'm on all kinds of social media platforms. But
come on, somebody talk to us. We've been talking to each other for 18 years, people. I mean,
yeah, we don't have much more to say to each other.
Other people are much funner.
Do you got anybody in the chat today?
Oh,
I know you said Paul Rouleau
and we have
out here.
We have Andy Anderson. He says howdy.
Anderson, nice, my man.
We have Bitcoin Crypto News Education saying good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And Paul Rouleau says $15 Bitcoin. I can afford that.
Right? I can
yeah,
afford
sold.
A couple of them. All right, so let's see. Like I said, the news is a little lax today, unless you want to keep talking about the price, but I'm over talking about the price. I mean, I don't think I've seen a Bitcoin price so stable in so long. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad that Bitcoin's price is stable at the moment. I mean, what's 2% in comparison to what you see in some of these third world countries and the inflation and deflation of their fiat cash? All right, so we got Pivx out there. They're launching their own decentralized exchange in a few days. This one's starting to get a little bit of buzz, get a little bit of pump on Pivx because of it. One of the main key features of this one that everyone's liking is there's going to be some anonymity to it.
The thing just came off again. Just stay there. Let's see if it does it. Nope. What is wrong with our camera? There we go. Hold on. It was on for a second. What the heck?
It's on. Nope, it's off. On. Off. What are you doing?
Nothing. There. It just came on, literally as you walked over here. For the love.
I think we might need a new wire.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I don't know. Maybe we need a new wire or something. All right, so we got Pivx out here. like I said, they're going to have their own decentralized exchange. I mean, it's a big plus to start seeing these decentralized exchanges coming into fruition. Anonymity is always going to be a big thing. Them making a first mover advantage on it. Hey, it might do some good things for the Pivx coin. It might do some good things for this decentralized exchange. I think that forming a good decentralized exchange is going to be just like how we formed all these altcoins. It's going to be a matter of get out there and try every single thing possible until we find what actually works and sticks to the market, and is capable of actually producing the anonymity that we're looking for in these kinds of situations, so that we can keep our value and our cryptocurrency secret, right? I mean, that's going to be part of our new financial future. We also got Quantum out there. They are going ahead and they're pairing with Amazon Web Services. This is another plus. This is another one of those things that shows us that blockchain and smart contracts pretty much are going to be a big thing as we move into the future. Amazon Web Services is pairing with Quantum pretty much because they want to be able to bring smart contracts to their web services. But at the same time, this is all the Asian-based companies that always seem to be moving a little bit faster than the rest of us, because this is a Singapore-based, Quantum is out of Singapore, and we got this is Amazon Web Services is out of China. So we know how they're very pro-blockchain and cryptocurrencies over there in Singapore. So all of this meshing together. I mean, but it's the future. It's how this stuff is going to, we constantly keep hearing stuff like you were saying the other day. You can't stop hearing the IPO from High Times on there.
On the radio, like the standard crappy car radio. It plays like once an hour, and it's like, really?
So this is going to be a non-stop event, pretty much, of cryptocurrency and blockchains being integrated into our every single day lives. Is it working still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will let you know.
All right. Let me see. What else do I got? Oh, well, let's stop and check and see what's going on with the chat. Anything going on over there?
Bitcoin Crypto News Education says, wow, I remember when there was 300 coins. Yeah. That's, wow. Yeah.
I remember for the longest time, I didn't really know that there was more than like 5 different cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Before I had actually come into CoinMarketCap and all that, you get a Coinbase account, and then, there's Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that's usually where I got my introduction. Ethereum had just come out. And then I had started coming into XRAP or Ripple,
and Dash.
And Dash was the other big one. So it was like, and Litecoin.
Yeah.
It was like, those seemed like the only 5 cryptocurrencies there were in existence. And
no, even then there was more than those. We just didn't,
yeah, I know that there was
when you don't go looking for them,
yeah. A lot of them, there was Dogecoin and everything else like that, but they didn't seem like they had the community, the momentum behind the potential to become something great into the future, where now it seems like just about every project out there claims to have the potential to be completely revolutionary and changing the future into something, more than what this company is probably capable of producing.
All 2,105 are going to change the world?
Yeah, all 2,105 are going to change the world.
Wow. That's a hard sell. Okay. He says, Bitcoin Crypto News Education says Litecoin has a strong community, so he doesn't see it falling away just on its legacy alone.
Litecoin does have a very strong community. It is one of the great things behind the Litecoin community is that, you can definitely find people that are ride or die with Litecoin.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you can with Bitcoin. But, it's not like it's not quite like it is with some of the altcoins where people are in it as long as they're up. It's like that bandwagon football kind of thing. They jump coins based on which one's pumping and what the new news is. Litecoin has ride or die people with it.
Yeah, yes, like my family, like they were all Notre Dame and Miami Dolphins, no matter what. They were the stupid people that were like, it doesn't matter, and it's like, no one's won anything in like decades, and they're like, they're amazing, and it's like that's what the Bitcoin and the Litecoin people are. Like, you don't care. It was like, it doesn't matter that it was in 1976 or something. They were, World Series something. That's how it worked. They're still great. But yes, I don't know. I like Litecoin. I do. I think Charlie Lee is trying to do the best you can with actually having somebody there. Like somebody that created it. Yeah. And Bitcoin Crypto News Education says that he recommends Linux Mint. Been using it for years. No viruses the whole time, as you're saying. Our camera is getting squirrely. No, I don't know. We try to take care of our stuff, but our child sometimes touches our things, and our child is Pretty much if he touches electronic in any way, it's broken.
Yeah.
Shortly after.
It doesn't even matter.
I mean, he doesn't even have to actually plug it in or turn it on. I mean, touching it, looking at it, you know, those kind of things, and it's broken. So who knows?
I can always go off on the cell phone rant. I swear, I buy that kid a cell phone every other week. He literally will get a cell phone in the mail that I've ordered and paid almost $200 for. And the same exact day, he'll come home from school and tell me how he cracked the screen on it. It infuriates me.
Yep, we started.
Money. I wish somebody had spent that kind of money and bought me cell phones back in the day, like every other time he turns around.
Yep, and we started buying the otter boxes and the screen protectors and all of that crap. So to like try to, it doesn't matter. His last one was in the entire thing and still shattered.
I just always end up getting his old broken phone.
Oh well, now he's now using his broken phone. That's what's happening.
Yep. See, crack screen.
Oh, you can't really tell.
It's because it's his old phone. I always get his old phone after he cracks the screen. I never get the new stuff. All right, so let's move on with cryptocurrency news. Oh.
Wait, Bitcoin Crypto News Education said he's working on making it up there soon. John from Malibu is now here. He says happy Friday. And he says he likes them both.
Likes what?
Wait, is it Notre Dame and the Miami Dolphins?
Oh, wow.
I'm not 100%. Either that or Bitcoin and Litecoin. It could have been either one.
I like both of those too.
Or you could like all of them, right?
Well, the turkeys like the Bitcoin and the Litecoin.
Right? Yeah, they look like Litecoin turkeys. We've upgraded from the chicken. God, remember that chicken? Thing never stopped growing. That was the first batch, and those weren't our chickens. Those were sheltered chickens. We found them like almost dead, and
the
God help me.
Coffee shows
when we were in our front yard, yeah.
All the way through my video. Okay, so moving on with cryptocurrency news. We're looking at Tron. We're looking at, I don't know what you want to call this, Samantha. What would you call this? Disrespectful to the cryptocurrency community? Would you call this more scamminess? Would you call this, you got words for it? I really don't know if I have words for it.
It's just shady.
It's sleazy, backhanded. I mean, the same kind of stuff that you keep hearing about. Like, you want to give some, props to Tron and give them a little faith and all this other stuff. But then, you hear things like they copy their white papers. You hear things like that they're not really going to work. But then at the same time, I was, enthusiastic because I guess, my Pirate Bay days had me longing for a way to help, boost that old system that I used to be in with a form of cryptocurrency, right? And we were kind of hoping that Tron was going to pull this off. And now we're looking at them out there. They put out some false news to create a pump, saying they had a partnership with, how do you pronounce it? Bandai.
Or Bandu, yeah.
Bandu. It's the Google
of China.
Saying that they had billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars, and pretty much they were just buying cloud computing from them to help, be able to run their web services. It's not like what they were talking about.
No, because he was it's like massive partnership, amazing, not even a partnership. Yes.
Right. That would be like Bitcoin and coffee, going and buying something from Amazon Web Services, and then me coming out here and telling you guys that Amazon is partnered with the channel.
Yeah. Man, those affiliation codes go far.
Oh, like 0.5% that I haven't received in
massive
months
partnership. Right. $1 million faceted partnership.
We'll just string 10 words together that are all buzzwords.
All of them, yes.
Right? Smart contract, integrative blockchain. Revolutionizing the digital frontier.
Oh, God. I love this space.
VRIA, or AI, integrated. All right.
Oh,
so it's another one of these disconcerting points in cryptocurrency where you realize there's a lot of scammers out here. Once again, there's people out here that are going to manipulate the market, manipulate media. It's the same that you see everywhere else in the world. It's just like politics. I mean, politics are constantly manipulating the news to get you to think what they want you to think, to try to jump on board. Well, this is what Tron was doing. They were manipulating the news to make people want to buy Tron so that the price would go up, so that some could get unloaded. But of course, I mean, he had to realize it was a temporary situation. These things never stay, you know, in the dark very long. The cryptocurrency space is definitely about validating and checking. There is constantly somebody out there that is going back, double checking everything. So when you do have stuff like this, it only, you know, a week, a couple days, something like that.
Yeah, but that's what, and that's what his tweet was that, oh, like the big news, and then, oh, like, we'll, you know, tell you who it is next week. Yeah. It was like he was just trying for a pump. But I don't know, this isn't even the first time. Like, that is the other problem, is like the Justin dude has done it a couple times where it's been like, that's not actually what, it's just, it's a little smaller than what you made it seem. Like the third time or something now. So yeah, it's, I don't know. It's that whole.
Camera still working?
Yes, we are good.
All right.
It is that whole crying wolf thing. It's like, God help them if they do partner with like Amazon or something, because nobody will believe it. They'll be like, yeah, nope. Like, we're going to wait. Let's just wait and see. Let's get that real tweet. The real one. Oh, turkeys and glass. Awesome.
So do we got anything in the chat before we move into the last story here?
Well, we have New John.
New John.
Yeah, John Disque. We're gonna go with that. Disque. Yeah,
Johnny D.
All right, he said Charlie sold all his Litecoin at its peak at $300. What did he know that we didn't?
I don't know.
Yeah, like, either he's a real lucky man or he's really unlucky.
Conspiracy theory stuff goes to tell you that, you know, it seems like these people like, you know, at Coinbase and Fluffy Pony and Charlie Lee and stuff like that, Vitalik, Jimmy Song, you know, they know things about this cryptocurrency space that we're not necessarily privy to. They all got little secret chat groups. They all talk to each other, and it seems like, so, you know, whether or not he knew somebody from Tether that was helping to pump up the price or had heard the rumor, I don't know. You know, he is still here. He supposedly donated millions of dollars of the money that he did have, but at the same time, I mean, taxes would have been outrageous. So, I mean, I would have donated it too, overpaying it in taxes to the government.
Yeah, that's at least a write-off in some way.
It's definitely going to be a hindsight 2020, and maybe we're just not far enough into the future to be able to tell what happened or what the point in this Charlie Lee selling was and how it's all going to work out in the end. You know, maybe he does need to remove himself from the situation, because we are looking at what Litecoin needs to go ahead and do exactly like Bitcoin is doing. It needs to jump on these same exact second-tier solutions, right? So is Charlie Lee going to be able to help develop and promote it, or does he need to take a different kind of role in the situation and become more of a media face and get out there more?
Yeah, but then when you see him,
interviews.
Yeah, I mean, he is shy, he is quiet, he is not assertive. I mean, I could probably talk over that dude. And it's like, you are smart. Like, you should be like all in there, like just running your mouth. And he's all, yes, okay.
Yeah, but you'll talk over anything.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Give her a couple of drinks too. Woo.
Well, that's when I just start talking to, you know, inanimate objects, but whatever. Okay. So John Disque. That's how, because he came back. Yay. I love it when people hook on phonics. Then I don't. Yes. Okay. He says that the scammers get the people before the truth because they pay for the advertising. Yep. And then back to.
I mean, that's, you know, like that's one of the things I say. That's why I'm out here. The scammers get you in the beginning.
Raindrops.
Bad taste in your mouth when it comes to cryptocurrency. It is the biggest deterrent we have in the space. I think it's our biggest downfall. Is you get into cryptocurrency and there's no good source to help point you in the right direction and help you develop the filters that you need to be able to block all this stuff out. First, you find cryptocurrency and you're like, is this possible? There's this revolutionary new money that the government doesn't control and it empowers me? No, the government can't allow this. Are you serious? This is real?
They really do allow. Oh, wait, they can't not.
They can't not.
Oh.
And then you see people talking about receiving daily compound interest. And then it's like, well, if this is true, maybe this is true.
Yes,
it's hard
it
to
is,
know
because
where to
it
draw
is.
The line.
That is true, because when you first, it is all like, oh, this is too good to be true. This can't be. And then you do get, oh, no, it is. So that it does make it easier in the very beginning to kind of believe some of the other crap that is associated with it. Like, yes, ICOs, and yes, oh my God, like all of the affiliations of BitConnects, you know, all of those things where you're really thinking, oh, I can like 10 times Really? And one day I can get my 10 times. Okay.
I mean, it's also, I think, a compounding factor of cryptocurrency. It comes to you all at once as something new. Like you learn Bitcoin and it seems new to you.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Bitcoin and one of these brand new altcoins when you're learning both of them at the same time?
I don't know. It's kind of like
it's like you can't differentiate between Bitcoin being 10 years and never being hacked and having more decentralization than any other cryptocurrency, and then looking at Trump. It's like saying, oh, well, they're paired with uTorrent. They're out there making these billion or multi-million-dollar partnerships. They're out there with a marketing department. Why would I want this one over this one when it's a situation of you have to be here in the space for a lengthy period of time before you can fully understand how Bitcoin is the rock behind all of this. And if Bitcoin doesn't succeed or perform as well as it needs to in the future, all of this goes away together.
This is the Sammy, like, but it's like when you first learn about platypuses, right? And you're all like, no, there is no fuzzy duck, bird, animal, mammal thing. No. And then you find out it's real, right? You're all like, oh, let me go. And you're all like, crap, it is a real animal. Then you see the bunny with the antlers, and you start thinking, is a jackalope real? I mean, the platypus is the jackalope. It's that same, yes.
Bitcoin is the platypus.
Yes, and everything else is the jackalope.
I like that.
You can just, you can
meme it up somehow today.
You can just glue some antlers on anything. Doesn't mean it's real.
You can glue antlers on anything. It doesn't make it a blockchain. All right, so here we go. Followed into the last one. This story was kind of small, but for some reason it got me thinking. So I thought I'd get out here and talk about it a little bit. Don't go reading too much into this one. I'm not trying to flood anybody out, but we're looking. I'm not big on politics. I've told you guys that a billion times. We got Trump's tariffs out here, so he's increasing the taxes on imports and export type stuff. And supposedly, we're all mad at China, and they're going to be doing a 25% increase on Chinese exports, especially computer products.
Yeah, I mean, we've done this before, where we've shut down and sanctioned their exports and import crap. But
I mean, they're not really happy about it. And as of last year, they went ahead and they started labeling the Bitcoin cryptocurrency miners like the Antmain S9s, data processing machines. So that made them get like a 2.6% tax, as they were being exported.
Right.
So, I mean, not really a lot. Everything's taxed. It's just the way the world operates in the fiat cash. But the downside of this is that now, we're going to be adding 25% to it.
Yeah.
So now we have China, the largest producer in the world, making all of these cryptocurrency miners, and they want to export them. Right. I mean, we're looking at Bitmain was saying that pretty much in 2016, 2017, 51% of its sales of Antminer S9s were exported out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, we know that U.S. is one of the most major player when it comes to a situation like this. We know that the U.S. is, a lot of people are trying to get on these ant miners and start mining facilities, as we keep coming up with all the news articles about small towns shutting them down or being friendly based on how they feel about their power consumption and the death of their town. So what's this going to do for cryptocurrency? What could you extrapolate from this? I mean, we see that Bitmain is having they're having an IPO, so they're looking for financial funding. But I mean, they got competition, right? We're seeing a lot of competition for, cryptocurrency miners now as we move into the future. I mean, in the article, it said that they probably weren't too concerned about this tariff. They were saying that they were probably more concerned about the competition that they're looking at lately. But still, I mean, when you're looking at a 27.6%, tax on your cryptocurrency miner, that's a lot. That's a lot to have to downplay your product to keep it competitive with a new product, especially if a new product could actually be anywhat superior.
I wonder how much of all of our actual electronic, like, you know, like the little pieces and chips and motherboards and stuff come from China. Because we'll be screwed because they'll just stop sending all of their stuff over here. Be like, I'm not paying like 40% in taxes. I'm good.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, with this being said, and it coming to a situation like that, as you look down the road, I see two possible case scenarios, right? So, I mean, Bitmain's producing all these Antminer S9s, right? They're not just going to give up.
They're
and
not
shut the
shipping
doors.
them, yes.
Right, they're not just going to shut the doors. They don't have a new one yet. So what are they going to do? They're going to keep producing them, of course, right? And they can export them and have a lot of competition, or they can keep them in country. We already have a problem with China having, I mean, people say over 50%, between 50 and 70%. The number's kind of unknown. You don't necessarily know how many miners are joining Slush Pool and other mining pools out there.
Yeah, but isn't China also the one that like does shut them down, like because they are on like, I don't know, like government power grids and stuff? Like, don't they shut down mining like
Facilities.
over? Yeah,
It's been somewhat controversial. Sometimes they've shut down unsanctioned mining facilities.
oh,
But then there's also been, on the other hand, where people have talked about sanctioned mining facilities that are subsidized by the government in order to just hold the Bitcoin and pretty much receiving free electricity and being, you know, right on the other side of the power plants and everything, so that there's a direct line of feed to them.
right.
China is one of those places where they have an abundance of power plants and they're not always networked together. So they have to do something like how we talked about using Bitcoin as a store of value for the excess power produced in hydro dams in America and on the Canadian border.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at possibly over there in China, but it would be kind of a government situation where they're mining Bitcoin and sanctioning it to be able to store the extra power in a digital format that has value. But this is all hearsay. There is no like, I can go to this book and open it up and the government said on this date at this time that they are mining Bitcoin and
right, and that's what it's, yeah.
You know, it's news articles that you hear this or you hear that, and then when it comes to news articles lately, we're seeing false news sites and paid promotion articles and all this other stuff. So it is getting harder and harder to distinguish what's real and what's not real in the cryptocurrency space as the market cap continues to go up and these players' pockets get fatter and they're capable of paying to produce false media places in order to help promote their cryptocurrency scams or idealism that doesn't necessarily have a bright future, you know, at the center of it like Bitcoin does.
Oh, Crypto Daddy is now here.
Crypto Daddy, my man. What's up?
Andy Anderson asks, jackalopes aren't real? No. Okay. Crypto Daddy said some come from Taiwan. When I was asking about like the just all like electronics in general, I think a lot of them come from China, and that's kind of bad. And then John Dis said that Americans need to take over production. Yes, I mean we can bit mine over here. Come on, we can do it.
No, mine.
Yeah, like make all of the chips. Yeah, because
the 7 nanometer Bitcoin
yep, because
ASIC chips.
Crypto Daddy then said Silicon Valley was the center of chip production, but now it's all fake. I mean, I don't know. We need to start making our own crap, because once we start hating everybody, how are we going to get theirs?
Yeah, but we'll run into the same problem that we keep running into in America, is that once you want production of something in America, it's going to cost. You know, in America, you're going to have to pay your workers a minimum wage. You're going to have to provide them with all of these, you know, benefits and everything else like that. You're going to have all these taxes, and you're going to have all this oversight, and you're going to have regulations and all this other stuff. And you're going to have lawyers and buildings and all these other things to start producing. It's not as profitable. That's why you've always seen all these companies, you know, they may have started off here in America, but now they've all gone to Mexico. You know what I mean? They've all started going overseas because they can produce cheaper over there. You know, in America, people want a living wage, and here in America, people are living, you know, high on the hog, high on the pedestal. I mean, American wages, it seems like, what, if you're not making $20 an hour, you're kind of a nobody, you know, like me. So, you know, if you wanted me to walk into a factory and do it every single day for a living, you're going to want $20 an hour, where you can go to a lot of these countries and these people work for $1 US a day, you know.
Crypto Daddy
It's hard to
says,
compete with that, especially when you get these countries that are willing to like overlook some of the environmental clauses and everything else that come along with it because they need the money.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like if you can always bring everything back down to a personal situation. What are you willing to do around Christmas time when you need the extra money? Are you willing to take that extra job? You know, are you willing to sell a few things you don't want on the internet or on Craigslist or something?
Like you did want, but now you don't.
Are you willing to put in that overtime or take that extra case shift job that you really didn't want to do, but hey, you need the extra money because it's Christmas? Well, the governments are willing to do the same thing in these third world countries. They're saying, yeah, you can produce this toxic product over here and have runoff in our rivers, but we need kickbacks. Like we need the money.
Crypto Daddy says if Bitcoin goes back to 20,000, 25% tariff shouldn't matter much, that they would make it back. Yes, but I don't know.
I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm just saying that this, you know, when I read this
article, suck, yes.
They weren't pointing out what happens if all of these miners stay in country. You know, what would get them to want to export these at that kind of a 27.6% tax. That's like, I mean, that's higher than the sin tax most people pay on cigarettes and alcohol.
Yeah.
So it raises questions. It gets you thinking. But I mean, there are so many other companies. Maybe we're seeing the death of Bitmain. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is, you know, it was like Caesar, and now the 12 people got to stab him in order to make the death occur. And this is just one of the 12. You know, we've seen they're running an IPO. You know, they've made the mistakes with Bitcoin Cash. You know, maybe the tariff put on them is just another knife in the back to help them bleed out.
Little kidney shank.
Well, I mean, everybody seems to be upset with Bitmain. I mean, you know, it was great that they produced all these ASIC chips. You know, Bitcoin had to go through this in order, growing pains and all. So now that ASICs are everywhere around the world, they produce them cheaply. They help get them out there to everybody. You know, kudos. But then they weren't happy. They were doing backhanded stuff, and they were running their ASIC boost, you know, and holding up SegWit for years. So they turned against Bitcoin. Right. Yep. And now when they didn't get what they wanted, they came out with Bitcoin Cash. And now that Bitcoin Cash isn't doing well, they're trying to lean onto the public with an IPO, trying to ride the last little bit of the coattails of the cryptocurrency pump up. And here we are with sanctions against them, which have nothing to do with them, but it's going to be another nail in the coffin, something else to make it harder for them to get back up there to that unicorn status that they pretty much had, making cryptocurrency miners. You know, cryptocurrency is going in the future. The unicorns are going to be less and less. It's not going to be such a Wild West fantasy land of making millions of dollars overnight. It's going to be down to, you know, the nuts and bolts of the realistic society that we need a blockchain and cryptocurrencies that are usable, that people are using. That's not just some dApp with 100 people a day using it. We need 100,000 to 1 million people a day using these dApps, or else it's garbage.
Bitcoin will be the last unicorn.
You know, I could make some game probably and get 100 people a day to use it. I mean, I got 30 friends. Tell them they gotta.
Dude, remember when it came out that the Flappy Bird dude, like, he didn't even, like, it was just like, I was bored, did some crap, didn't think nothing. Week later, like, Google is like, you know, can we, like, own your game, please? Because you have, you know, 50,000 downloads in the last 4 days. Stupid bird. I mean, you never know. You really don't. You never know.
Yeah.
What's going to happen from any action. I mean, that's the worst case. I mean, yes.
Yeah, you just, you know, you do your best to try to make your plans, but hey, there's always that stray oddball, the monkey wrench in it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You never seen the unknown variables that come to light. We got anything in the chat, Samantha? I'm out of news stories.
Nope.
No?
No.
All right, you guys. Well, if you guys want to go ahead and wrap it up, that's fine. Go ahead. Any last comments you guys got, go ahead, put them in the chat. Sorry about the camera troubles this morning. I'll have to look at this a little more.
Well, it hasn't done it again. No, but I mean, it did it back to back pretty close to each other. I don't know.
Wire. Sorry, guys. I'll look into it. Besides that, what else have we got going on, Samantha? We'll be out here this weekend at 6 p.m. Not sure if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. We got to wait till you get your schedule today.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean,
we've been making it 6 o'clock pretty consistently. Just look towards my Twitter. I've been posting it there beforehand, so you can find these I've been posting the thumbnail and the link to the episode as early as I go ahead and make it so that you guys can know what's going on. But of course, we'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time in the morning to be able to bring you our daily news and commentary. I got to say thank you to everybody out there who did anything to help us get us to the EDC. That is a big plus. We're getting really excited for that. It's going to be November 9th and 10th. So go ahead, check out the show around then. We'll be trying to do some live feeds from there. We'll be uploading video and photo of the event when we go and hand out Bitcoin flyers, trying to spread the word of Bitcoin. So, I mean, it's amazing. We're starting to try to get ready for the second one. We'll November 13th. We'll know the price of the next set of tickets for
Forbidden Kingdom.
Forbidden Kingdom
and Boca Raton.
So, hey, and if you guys are in Florida and you want to team up with us and go and pass out flyers with this one, because I know I got some listeners here in Florida, or if you're new to the channel and you want to get out there and pass out Bitcoin flyers with us, all you got to have to do is show up at the ticket and, we'll provide you the flyers. We'll hang out with you all day. And, I mean, we might even buy each other a few drinks, this and that, have a good time. I love meeting people that are into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in person. It doesn't happen very often, but when I do, it's always, it's heartwarming.
Mainly because Eugene never goes anywhere. Like, I'm not going to a restaurant. I'm not going to a bar. No.
It doesn't cost me any money to sit here. Everything else out there costs me money.
That is true.
I'd rather sit here and put my money in Bitcoin than go out there and give it away to other people. So with that being said, you guys, is there anything in the chat?
Nope, we're good.
No? All right. With that being said, you guys, I want you to go out there. I want you to make the most of your Friday. It's the last day of the work week. Have a great weekend, of course. I'll see you out here at 6 p.m. one day or the other. Bonfire, probably?
Yeah, unless, I don't know if it's supposed to be crappy or rainy, but
we'll
if not,
weather,
yeah.
But
I like the fires.
So it'd be a bonfire and beer episode, probably. All right.
I'm getting raindrops on my head.
All right, you guys. Go have a great weekend. Have a great day. And remember, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.